And this time we're taking a look at the Gooloo DeepScan DS200. This is an advanced scan tool capable of checking all the systems on your vehicle, as well as being able to send commands to the car to activate components and special tests. It also supports 8 service maintenance functions. These are dealer level type of service functions, and as well as the ability to stream live data from the car for diagnostics. Now this supports both Apple and Android devices, and on this video I'm going to walk you through the app features as well as show you the vehicle coverage list. That way you can see if your vehicle is going to be supported by this scan tool. And as always, I like to remind you that I place a link in the description down below to this scanner if you'd like to get one for yourself. And we'll start by connecting the scanner to the vehicle's OBD port. Now, if you're having trouble locating this port on your vehicle, the app actually has a section where you can enter your vehicle's information, and then it will tell you the general area where you can find your OBD port. And the scanner is going to glow green when it's connected to the vehicle and it has power, and once it connects to the app, it switches to blue color, and blinking blue tells you that it is communicating with the app. And the app is called DeepScan, and it has a fairly easy to use interface. The very first large icon right here, Diagnostics, allows you to diagnose your vehicle. Now before I begin the diagnostics, I do want to show you the vehicle coverage list. That way you can confirm if your vehicle make is going to be supported by the scanner. As a reminder, YouTube does allow you to increase the playback speed if you go to the player settings, and you can also decrease the playback speed if you wanted to see this list a little bit faster or a little bit slower. And I have also added chapters to this video if you just want to skip to a different section of the video. And if you did not see your vehicle on the list, there is still one more way that you can connect it to your car for diagnostics, and I'll show you that a little bit later. There is also a download option next to each make. I have downloaded the Toyota make since that is the one that I'm gonna be using, but you could go through here and download additional makes as needed. So let's go inside of the Toyota module, and I'm gonna do an automatic VIN recognition by tapping read. And normally most scanners are going to identify the vehicle even further. This particular scanner wants to have a couple more additional information, such as the production date and whether it has a smart key or no smart key. But once that information is entered, you're given 3 options: an auto scan, hot functions, or vehicle profile. Let's start with a full auto scan, and I'm going to hit scan. And with the full system scan complete, you can see that there was one issue found under power source control. The rest of the systems that were scanned, no issues were found. You can see that it says no DTC under. Now, if I wanted to clear that issue, I will use the clear DTC option. And to see the details of the issue that was found, I'm going to tap on that system. It gives us a description of what the system does, and then I can go inside of read DTCs, and it's going to give me the issue that was found, in this case this code. Now what's pretty cool is that if I tap on that search icon, it is going to take you straight to Google and Google that code for you. That way, in an attempt to find if somebody already has the answer for that code. There's also an option to create a report in case you wanted to share that. But let's go inside of another module. Let's go inside of engine. Again, tells you what that module does. And again, we are given the options to read codes from it, clear the codes from that module, activate tests or special functions. Let's go inside of activate tests. Again, this is a bi-directional scanner, so it should allow us control over certain components of the vehicle. And for this particular vehicle, we were able to control quite a bit on it, and that is because this is a newer vehicle. Typically, the newer the vehicle is, the more things that you're gonna be able to access with a bi-directional scanner. And similarly for special function, some vehicles are gonna have more special functions that you can access with a bi-directional scanner, and some are gonna have less functions that you can access. In this particular case, here are the special functions that we get for this vehicle. Let's also take a look at streaming live data from the car. And here's the different parameters that we can pull from the vehicle live coming from the car. Now again, the list can vary tremendously from vehicle to vehicle depending on what your vehicle supports. Let me find a couple good ones that we can graph. And here's a pretty good one, which is the engine speed, and I'll give the car some gas. But it is a lot easier if you go to this icon and then if you switch it over to a graphical form. I'm gonna hit save and then you get this graph, which you can also expand. And you can also combine it. And I have 4 parameters selected. I'm gonna hit confirm. And as you can see, we get a combined graph. Everything is color coded, and right here we can see what the different parameter is. And again, I'm gonna give it some gas. And if I tap on the combine icon, again, it takes you here where you can select a different parameter. Now, the reason why it takes you back here is that if you wanted to select add one more parameter, in this case 5 parameters, it won't let you. 4 is the maximum amount of parameters that you can combine in the graph. So you would deselect one that you don't need, and then you could select a different one. Let's try this guy, and then I'm gonna hit confirm. And now I have updated the 4 parameters that I can graph at the same time. And you could also record the data using the record function. That way we can test the vehicle out and then come back later to review it. And if your vehicle was not on the supported make list, there's still one way to diagnose the vehicle, and that is with OBD2 Diagnostics. I'm gonna go ahead and select AutoScan, and I'm gonna hit OK. And we can read codes from the vehicle as well as check emissions readiness status, read live data from the vehicle, onboard monitor status, component test, and a couple of other items. So let's go ahead and take a look at live data. Again, this vehicle is not on the supported make list. It's somewhat of a rare vehicle, but I'm still able to connect to it and diagnostic using OBD2 Diagnostics. And here's the live data coming from the vehicle. Let's go ahead and take a look at RPMs. That's always a good one to see the responsiveness of that live data. I'm gonna switch over to that graphical mode. Here's the RPMs, and I'll give it some gas. And again, we have the same options as before I showed you earlier. So it is neat to be able to use OBD2 Diagnostics for those vehicles that are not on the supported make list. Going back to the main menu where we selected the complete scan of the vehicle, there is also a function called hot functions. And this is just a shortcut to the service functions that are included with the scanner. And on the topic of service functions, you can find them right here under maintenance. If you tap more, you can see all the ones that are included with the scanner: oil reset, throttle, EPV, which is electronic parking brake, steering, which is for the steering angle, ABS, which includes ABS bleeding, DPF regeneration for vehicles that support that, VMS, which is the battery management system, and also airbag data and clearing. Now these 2 large icons right here, this first one right here can be used instead of going to diagnostics if you just wanted to check if the vehicle was ready for emissions testing. Now, some states require this, not all the states require emissions testing, so not everybody's gonna be using this option. Now, this is the way it works. If I wanted to see if my car was ready for emission testing, I'm gonna look for a green pass, and you can see the details of the test. Notice that all the check marks are green, and the ones that are grayed out are not applicable, basically not supported by this vehicle. And the DS200 comes with 1 year of updates. Now, you could still use the scanner after the updates expire, but you're gonna have some limited capability. If you wanna keep all of its features, you will wanna renew your subscription. Now, also under the service tab, the DTC repair guide also comes in handy. If you have a code, but you don't have access to the vehicle, you can type the DTC on here, and then you can search for the brand of car that you're working with, and it'll tell you the possible reasons why you're getting that code and also potential repair steps. And you may have noticed this icon that keeps popping up. It is a floating icon, so you can move it around, and it is somewhat of a customer service feedback icon, but there is no way that I have found yet to disable this icon. So I hope they update the app, allowing us to get rid of this pesky icon. And there's also this vehicle performance option. This uses the software, sensors on your phone, and the scanner to help you estimate your quarter-mile time and your 0 to 60 time. Now, I do wish that they included some kind of small carry case to protect the dongle in case I want to just toss it around in my garage or in my vehicle's glove box, but given its price point, I think you do have a lot of capability on here, and I always recommend carrying something like this small in your glove box. That way, if you're out on a trip and all of a sudden a maintenance light comes up on your vehicle, you are able to check it anywhere you are. So remember, I placed a link in the description down below to the DS200 in case you want to get one for yourself. And if you guys have any other questions regarding this, please put that in the comments down below. If you found any part of this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button to support the channel, and stay tuned as I have a lot more scanner reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.